Hey guys, what's up? It's Looney TNT. So today we're going to talk about Asmongold's real talk about multi-boxing, the mass multi-boxing. This is very interesting because I've dealt with multi-boxing since my second MMO I've ever played. I was playing EverQuest Online Adventures for the PlayStation 2. And if you were a multi-boxer back then, man, you were gold. They wanted you in the group because if you multi-boxed, a lot of people would multi-box a tank healer or a tank petter. And a petter is someone that, pretty much you can AFK, and once the group attacks, your pet goes and attacks, and you make up half of the group, because back then the groups were only 4 players instead of 5 in World of Warcraft. It was 4 in EverQuest. So multi-boxing was a very key aspect to that game and a really helpful aspect to that game. Now we have multi-boxers in a whole new level, and I don't even think they're multi-boxers really, because a multi-boxer on EverQuest was a lot different than a multi-boxer on World of Warcraft. It's almost like a botter, and the reason I mean that is you take one account that plays one character. For example, 39 other accounts are doing what it's supposed to be doing. That's almost like botting, right? I know technically it's not, because, but whatever. It's almost a gateway to botting, because multi-boxing in World of Warcraft is getting around the system. I understand that multi-boxing is fine in Blizzard's eyes, but I think there should be a cap on how many accounts you are allowed to multi-box. I think if you're multi-boxing like for example, my friend was multi-boxing a mage. He had 2 mages, and he was having tons of fun with it. I think 2 characters is fine to multi-box, right? But when you're going into the extremes, even 20 is very extreme. When you're able to go into a city and actually take over the entire city with one player, what that's doing is that's taking away the aspect of an MMO. We have a huge problem right now with players not wanting to group with other players. Now, if you have someone that is running 40 players plus, there's no need for this player to ever group with anybody else. So overall, multi-boxing is just it's just a bad thing. I think there should be a cap on it. I think if you multi-box 5 players, I think that's fine. There was a lot of players that would do that. But then you have the aspect of cheating. You have the aspect of selling accounts. You have the aspect of selling gold. There's a lot of things that are kind of shady with a lot of multi-boxers. When multi-boxing started to become bigger, I was talking to a couple of multi-boxers, and what they were doing is they would multi-box to level accounts all at the same time, so they could actually sell the accounts, because it's you make a lot more money that way, because when you're paying $15 times 40, that's a lot of money. But when you're leveling up an account 40 times faster with 40 characters and selling all these off, they're able to make their money back, and they're able to, continue to do what they do. So you're not allowed to do that. So by giving these guys an aspect of doing something illegal like that, especially making 4 times the gold that you normally would have been making, I don't know about that. It's I think all roads lead to a failure on multi-boxing. There's a lot of bad things that can happen with it, and I don't think it should be allowed. I do think a cap like a 5 is perfect, because I could have a 5-player group. I can go do some stuff that I really wanted to do solo. I can still use my gear that I set up to multi-box, and it's kind of fun, right? I think we can all agree that it would be kind of fun to multi-box to an extent. But when it gets to that huge number, there's no fun in that. They're taking away a lot of things from other players. So, alright guys, not a normal video I would do, but I wanted to talk about it to maybe help the cause out a little bit, to get a few more views, maybe 100 more views, so people can actually understand that multi-boxing isn't the way to go, and maybe Blizzard should change that. So thumbs up to Asmongold for stepping out and making the video. So hopefully I contributed a little bit. Alright guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon.